So I'm writing a sketch where I talk to a piece of bread. I'll let you know how that goes. So last week I was laid up with a horrible flu that reminded me that I'm just a mortal shell. I was sniffling, goo was falling from all of my orifices, I was running a temperature. It wasn't pretty. But as it happened, that very day, a massive bag of post landed on my doorstep. Due to an error with my PO box, a lot of you wrote things to an address that doesn't exist. Post office's fault. And what I thought might be lost forever was found and delivered to me. And there was a lot more of it than I was expecting. So I've made myself 2 cups of blackcurrant and vanilla tea. It's really quite good. £1 for 25 bags from Lidl. Oh, it's hot. Burn my tongue. And I've got all this mail. It was perfect timing. I was sitting there feeling terrible and Santa delivered to me this bundle of joy. They say my heart grew 3 sizes that day. I've received some amazing postcards. I'm gonna need to frame some of them. Like this, which is a German STI awareness postcard. I had a friend read it for me, but the direct translation is rather clumsy and is about being dirty and how you might be dirty. I'm a big fan also of the Thomas the Tank Engine stamp on the back. Everybody's favorite preschool phallic representation of duty and patriotism. That one's getting framed. Thank you, Chris. From Chris to Chris. I feel like I need Left Bank too, you know? Playing in the background. Da-na-na-na-na-na. This one's from Tenzin, age 12. She's drawn a lovely astronaut. I have a surprising number of stationery nerds watching this channel. The number of vintage stamps and weird paper textures that I've come across in this bag is remarkable. This is, I believe, a vintage NASA postcard, so I'm going to take very good care of that. And as if there weren't enough postcards, she also sent me this box of 100 postcards that are reproductions of the covers of classic Penguin sci-fi novels from the 70s and 80s. Here's Man in the High Castle from 1976, Destination Void, some amazing Harry Harrisons who you might remember I'm a big fan of. This one's Make Room, Bill the Galactic Hero. We've got a Kurt Vonnegut, another lesser known Philip K. Dick, Time Out of Joint. If the cover art of 70s and 80s pulp science fiction novels is not something that you've experienced before, please go and experience it. It's one of my favorite things in the universe. There's something timeless and also incredibly dated about most of these. Okay. I've received an astonishing number of just lovely letters. I can't read them all out to you and I can't promise that I will respond to all of them in kind, but know that I have sat in bed and read them back to front and they all made me smile. Apart from that one that was really mean. This one's from Phoebe, who sent me a jigsaw. I was not aware that this was a thing people did, but I'm glad to see that school children are still finding incredible ways to not learn. Each post-it has part of a geometric design made in felt tip, and they go together to form a square of abstract doodling. We got some jokers in the bunch, as you always do. Lincoln, thanks for the Queens of the Stone Age CD. I'll put that on the pile. You took that empty envelope thing very seriously. Stamped with a return address. Clever. I also received a lot of music recommendations, which is awesome. Please, more of those. I'm always looking out for new music, especially recommendations from people that listen to my music. This guy, Christopher, whose surname is Rad, I'm not gonna say because, you know, privacy, but your surname is Rad, sent me this CD by a German artist called Bohren and der Club of Gore, who have a serious branding problem because I looked at it and I thought death metal. I didn't think instrumental avant-garde jazz. But I love it. It has not left my vintage Sony Discman since it arrived. So thank you, Christopher, for that, and thank you for yet another empty envelope with the stamp and a return address. I'm gonna send you some clippings of my hair or something. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with these envelopes. I received some lovely drawings from an art student called Kate, who sent me these rather abstract doodlings about how black holes become eyes, and this guy who's like got a long tongue, and these beautiful ink prints of like dancing little dudes. She recommends that I read another Coupland book called Generation X, which I own but have never got round to, and her favourite movie, Never Let Me Go, which is also one of my favourite movies of all time, so high five, Kate. It's so crushingly sad. I mean, seriously, it should have a health warning. More beautiful stationery. You guys, like, I buy white paper for my printer, and once a year I indulge in a Moleskine monthly planner. I have this nice Rotring pen as well. Other than that, my stationery is very Spartan. So it's a joy to be receiving stuff that has so much love and care going into its craft. More postcards. This cute one with a bunny sitting in a teacup, and there's another little baby bunny, and there's a ladder. It's all very unsanitary. That one's from Julia. This one has come all the way from Hungary from a guy called Orsi. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm going to spend so much money on frames. I've received a lot of cool stuff, and more than I was expecting. Words of encouragement, advice, questions that I will try and answer. But possibly the most intriguing thing to arrive in my PO box so far is the very first thing that I received. This. An innocuous card. It's got a cat and a mouse carrying a boombox, and he's got like a ring that says bling, and then they've scribbled out the L so it says Bing. Inside, in the tiniest writing known to man, is a train of consciousness essay giving me life advice from a lovely woman called Holly. The thing is, Holly didn't know who I was when she started writing this. She doesn't watch my stuff, she doesn't follow me on any social networks, she doesn't care about my music. She noticed that hashtag London was trending on Twitter, and 6 tweets down the timeline was mine about correcting my PO box address. So obviously, as you do, she rushed out and got this card and started composing me a letter. And I'm so grateful that she did. In this letter, from a stranger, from a legitimate stranger, not someone that watches me and kind of knows me on the internet, a completely separate person from me, not connected to me in any way, but that we are both human, is some of the best life advice I could have received at the time. She talks about career worries, about how she quit Facebook and is a lot happier for it. Also, as she's writing, she's also researching me, so at the beginning she has no idea what High Five Spaceship means in my Twitter profile, and then 3/4 of the way down she's like, OMG, I just found out High Five Spaceship is a band name. I'm so out of touch. That alone made getting my PO box worth it. Thank you to everyone who sent me stuff so far. You really did speed up my recovery last week. Before I go, to celebrate finishing the new album, Hit With Wrench is having a massive sale on our 2014 debut, Progress. It's reduced to half price, so if you haven't got it but you kind of wanted to and you weren't sure, now's the best time. A signed CD copy like this is only £5, and the direct digital download is only £4, which is a lot cheaper than iTunes. I'll leave the link to that in the down.